one to avenge them. Me! I'm going to defeat you!
No. No, don't look at me. No, I'm not ready. Stop. No, get me off the kit. No, don't look. Stop. No, I'm hiding over here. Stop. Get away. Video's not ready yet. Don't. Ah, jeez. Okay, fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Warframe, a new Warframe video. My name is Arcader. Today we're looking at this little guy again, BARUUK. So BARUUK Prime came out, and it's been like, I don't know, what, a year and a half since my last BARUUK video, and I just wanted to make it known that the build has changed and become a lot easier to use, not just since the Prime came out, but kind of since Archon Shards came out. Not that this build didn't exist before the Archon Shards, but it definitely makes it a lot easier to use. So our goal is to have 300% strength just because we want high number on Serene Storm. And this is a lull build purely for the purposes of building up our restraint meter. You can cast this with a very low duration and then cast it on the same enemies multiple times. And a large AoE, well, 145% range is 36 meters. That's not bad, you know. And Desolate Hands gives you 90% DR as long as you have 9 or more charges of them. Pretty simple stuff. I've put Airburst on his 1 because that is kind of the loop we're gonna go through here. So, you know, like I showed in that beginning clip, you would Airburst, and then if I had Restraint, I would use my 4 on the Airburst. The reason that we're needing to group enemies together is because we are actually building up combo on Desert Wind. So here's the build. Very simple stuff. You want the Gladiator mods, or at least, you know, what you can fit with maximum damage. You want like a normal build on here, and then we are still using a stat stick, so that's a problem I still have with the likes of, you know, BARUUK, Korra, Atlas, etc. But it's very simple. Anything you have a Riven for that says critical chance or critical damage, that's it. That is the only criteria. Put other Gladiator mods on it. This is actually my only, like, this is my normal build. This is the actual BARUUK build. All you do is swap out for the other 2 Gladiator mods. I will tell you right now, the difference is not even noticeable. You can just use whatever normal build for any melee weapon you have that is crit based. Even if you didn't have a Riven, you could obviously go with something that doesn't have a Riven on it. This old fucking thing. Yeah. Here's a BARUUK based build. It's even missing a mod. There you go. Yeah, this'll work. Watch this. So we're gonna lull them up to get some meter. We're gonna hit them with the Airburst and spin attack. Now, it's not as effective as with my actually good build like Riven weapon, but 2 spin attacks, they are completely dead. So here's what we're doing, because, you know, the regular BARUUK, oops, I ran out of straight. Regular BARUUK's like punches, air waves that come out of his fists, you know the drill. They don't build combo because you're not actually hitting the enemy with your fist or with the weapon, the melee weapon of his Desert Storm, Desert Wind, whatever it's called. So that sucks. You would have to, ideally what you would do before is use like a Vanka Prime and build up actual combo like this, and you would want it to be a low damage melee build that is only a stat stick for BARUUK, and that sucks because you could just have a melee weapon instead, right? Like this one, for example, Monado Potentia. I showed this in my last Warframe video about how this is like, you know, contender for Glaive Prime and everything like that. It's very good. But now I have the stat stick just insofar as the Riven on it, but in terms of actually using it, you don't have to. I mean, I can, because it's a very good melee weapon, and it's got its regular melee weapon build on it. But Desert Wind, as you say, I have no combo. I'm just gonna spin attack, and most of the enemies died. There's 2 left, and they're at half health. That is simply due to the nature of the AoE of his spin attack is just like, you know how it like spreads out like a Brahma, like 60% of the total DPS is lost around the edges of the AoE. So maybe 1 or 2 enemies survives. But the main thing we're doing, besides killing, you know, max level Exogok stats, which are tankier than anything you're going to find on the Steel Path for several hours, the main thing we're doing is actually building up combo, because the spin attack hits the enemies with BARUUK's actual fists. So as you see, I have 3 times combo right now. And but my combo's going down really quickly, you know? What you can do is just take whatever secondary or primary you have, whichever one you're using less, because you're using BARUUK, you're not really using your guns primarily anyway. Just use dexterity. It's not like you're going to be missing out on much damage anyway, because you're still going to be killing with your melee weapon. And so when you do that, it still builds up your, you know, your secondary. So I do that, and then, oh look, my secondary arcane is built out. I can get a headshot or 2. And I still have full latum power, like this. So, you know, it's very good. So, shown the BARUUK build right here, Arcane Strike for more attack speed. I've shown the stat stick build, just have a Riven. Also, Exotic Contagion is very good. You know, use secondary dexterity. Now, for anything that becomes an emergency, this is the other thing I wanted to highlight in this video. This here is the Fellarx. This is not a Riven. There's no Riven on this build. There's a viral version, a corrosive version, and a radiation version for Archons and other sentient bosses like the Eidolons and stuff like that. This is the contender for best weapon in the entire game right now. Not best primary, not best secondary, not best melee. It's at least top 5 best weapons in the game. Once you build up the arcane a little bit, it's just, yeah. It's a shotgun. So as you can see, this reload time is a little bit embarrassing, but the thing with it is the Exilus mod I have on it reloads whenever I use my melee weapon. So have a good melee weapon, or BARUUK for example, I have 7 in the clip, I press E, I now have 10. That's way faster than, you know, this. Although the animation does look cool. Anyways, the Fellarx, look at this. Now, this does seem like, oh, Zarkator, you know, you can one-shot. Why is this enemy invincible? This happens sometimes. You know that you can do such things with, like, a Brahma, don't you? Well, I'm gonna show you what this thing can do to an Archon real quick. Alright, here we are coming up to Amara real quick. Oops, well, I'm gonna need some energy. This is the Archon build that I was showing off before. Here's what it does. So... yeah, so that's what it does to Archons. But this video is about BARUUK, so let's just go to my good old stomping grounds, Tavoni solo, Steel Path. Alright, so here's what we do. I'm just going to lull a little bit, like so. Spam it around a room a little bit, and I'm gonna kill a couple enemies, maybe grab an energy orb or so. There's one. Alright, and then we can activate our R4. And I don't have enough energy for air burst. There we go. You don't even have to use air burst for a grouping ability, especially if there are just enough enemies to, you know, spin attack in a group like so. The one thing I will say is that it's incredibly laggy when there's a lot of BARUUK's lifting particle effects on the screen. This really hurts my GPU. Your mileage may vary, obviously. You can probably turn some settings down for that, but whatever. But yeah, this is what you do. I'm not even using air burst. I could recast your 3 whenever you go below 9. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm building up combo natively on Desert Wind and not having to resort to a stat stick or like Naramon to keep the combo up. I can just actually use the melee weapon, and it is only spin attacks, which sucks. But the damage is so high just due to the nature of the stance on Desert Wind. Just the spin attacks multiplier is insane compared to the entire rest of these shockwaves. But once the combo meter is built up some, like I'm at times 10 right now, yeah, I'm getting all orange crits, some red crits, and I can actually just maintain and keep that up whenever I hit an enemy with a spin attack. It counts as direct contact, and then I can take out a nice Xmas or so. Here's a guy. Let me just get you out of there. So yeah, it just works. And press 2 to maintain your meter, and it also just CC some enemies once or twice. And I'm at 12x combo, and you can stay at 12x combo as long as you know have enemies to punch or spin attack on. And I can't get up here. Here we go. Here's an Xmas. Watch this. Oh, if he doesn't CC me, bam, dead. Not even on the screen. Don't know where he went. Doesn't matter. So yeah, this is pretty good, right? I mean, like, BARUUK is moving up in the ranks just purely because this isn't, like, particularly stronger than the old ways where you'd bring, like, a Vanka Prime with all the Gladiator mods and build up to, like, 13x and pretty much do the same thing. It's really just the spamming of the spin attacks, building up its own combo that really makes this useful. And the airburst just kind of facilitates that. If you don't want to use airburst, you can really use anything like Terrify or Fire Blast or Pillage to keep yourself alive and strip enemy armor, which would make this even more effective. This is just like a preliminary kind of showcase of like, hey, Desert Wind is much easier to use now. All you need is, you know, a Riven mod, which is gambling and is shitty and sucks that a Warframe still needs a stat stick in 2023. And that's, you know, the whole problem I have with BARUUK and Korra and Atlas, etc. But you cannot deny these results. And once an Acolyte spawns, we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh together, you and I. So yeah, this is just the state of things. So you get up to 12 combo, and you can actually press E and not have to worry about, you know, maintaining your combo with a other / shittier melee weapon. Here's the Acolyte. I've actually almost killed him by accidentally spin attacking too close, but goodbye, Angst. So that's as you can see, BARUUK is the canon reason why Angst feels angst. And so yeah, that's pretty much that's the BARUUK video. This is what people are doing with him now. Shoutouts to the likes of Nightmare Frame. He's the guy who months and months ago showed me the idea to use the spin attack to build combo. And so this is my personal spin on it with my personal stat stick. So like I said, you don't need a Riven. It still does wonders for like hours and hours on the steel path. Just like if you have a Riven that does good crit damage or crit chance or something like that. Something that would be good for Desert Storm specifically, or Desert Wind, whatever it's called, Serene Storm. Then you can really just make this scale up to you know, level cap Disruption if you wanted to. Just like strip the Demolist and then Magus Lockdown, and then you know, you got 12x combo, fucking spin attack. That would probably go up to level cap. At least like 1 or 2 spin attacks maybe. But either way, thank you for watching. My name is Arcader, and I will see you out on the star chart doing some dumb bullshit like this along with me. So I'll see you guys later. Ta-da.